Oftentimes in our interactions with one another, we tend to be very harsh, very judgmental, and very unfair. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he says, "Ar-rifq, gentleness, whenever it is found in anything that we do, illa zanahu, it beautifies whatever you're going to do." If you have gentleness, imagine whatever you're trying to do will be multiplied in its effectiveness twice. And if it is removed, illa shanahu, and if you remove that gentleness, then what you're trying to do will become half effective. Illa shanahu, it disfigures it. It makes it very repulsive. So to give you an example, if I want to speak to my brother, my child, my relative, we have some dispute, and I want to go speak to let's say my brother and I, we're having some dispute in our family, and I want to go and speak to him. If I adopt a gentle approach, I come to him, I say, "Assalamu alaikum, how are you doing? How's everything? I want to discuss something." Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, "Illa zanahu," it will make your approach very effective. Because automatically, when my approach is of peacefulness, gentleness, then everyone lets their guard down. But if I'm coming guns blazing, gung-ho, absolutely wanting to fight, then even before we get to the conversation itself, the person has already turned off his mind. And that's why it's so important. I remember when I was a student studying in South Africa, subhanAllah, my teacher one day, he saw me walk inside of the masjid. And I walked inside of the masjid, and then subhanAllah, he comes to me later on and he says, "You know what, Muntasir, can I please speak with you for one moment?" And I said, "Yeah, of course, no problem." So he takes me aside and he says, "You know, I have this hadiyah for you." I said, "What is it?" He's like, "It's a miswak. You know, I want all of my students to inculcate some, good habits. So here's a miswak." I said, "Shaykh, Jazakallah khair, I really appreciate it." And then he said, "If you don't mind, I want to just give you a small piece of advice." I said, "Of course." When he gave me the hadiyah, my defenses are already down. My heart is open. He says anything to me, it's like, you ask me to jump, I'm going to say how high. You just have to tell me what it is. My heart's already open. You already won me. And he says to me that, when you entered into the masjid, I saw that you entered with your left foot. You didn't go in with your right foot. I'm not scolding you. I'm not saying anything wrong. But it'd be very nice, inshallah, if you follow the sunnah and we go in with our right foot. And subhanAllah, till this day, that was like 15, 20 years ago, till this day, every time I walk into the masjid and I'm conscious about entering with my right foot, I remember that teacher and he's getting a sadaqah jariyah. Imagine I'm walking into the masjid with my left foot, he's like, "Hey Bewquf, what are you doing?" The moment he says that, I'm going to look at him and I'll say, "Who does this person think he is? Entering in the masjid, the right foot or left foot, is it fard, is it wide?" And I'm going to make I'm not going to listen to him. I'm going to be offended. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, "Illa zanahu," rifq, gentleness. Wallahi, if we want to make a change, rifq is the way to go about it. If I want my ego, I want to vent, I want to express my frustration and anger, then go ahead, scream, lose your gentleness. Illa shanahu is going to make our approach much less effective, let alone even getting rewarded for it. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us gentle people. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to be considerate of one another, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to adopt brotherhood and sisterhood and the feeling of community in everything that we do. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.